Welcome back, Smooth and Crypto. I'm your host, Maxwell Smooth. We are honored, and we're going off the motivation and the amazing vibes of the conference this weekend. We have James from Scale and BabyDragonX. James, how you doing today?
Man, I mean, you've hit it on the mark, Smooth. The 2-day anniversary. I mean, I watched that thing. We have one of our team members who's pretty good at editing. He's created like 50 or 60 clips. We're circulating them around. The energy was fantastic. There's thousands of people watching. I'm just so proud to have joined TitanX day 33. Thought I would make a few X's in mining and staking. Then DragonX came out. Then BabyDragonX came out. And, the stories just unfolded from here. And I've been watching you for a long time. I've seen you interview some good friends of mine. And I've always wanted to be on your stream, Smooth, to be honest. I'm in the chats and I'm always, saying something. So great to be here.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time coming. We've been through a lot in this ecosystem, and what we've overcame is actually monumental. And I don't think people talk about that enough. I mean, the amount of hate and everything that we got as a community was insane. And the fact that we made it out, and not only did we make it out, we came out flying and growing to a point that I didn't even think was possible. And we're not even to the amazing milestones that we have set in the future. So it's amazing to have you on, and to see the growth of BabyDragonX from where it started to now is truly amazing. And I can't wait to see what Scale does, man.
I agree. I'll tell you what, I'm not good at the dealing with the haters or the negativity. I tend to ignore it. Like, I tend to just let other people debate and discuss. If you like what we do, come on in. If you don't like what we do, there's a million other chains. There's a million other ecosystems. Go do what you want. Go earn what you want. Go build what you want. So yeah, that's kind of not my aptitude. But there are people who love to get into the debates, explain the tokenomics, and there are good converters. I'm not one of those. I don't tend to convert people. I tell the story. So you want to come along for the ride? The bus is, the train is leaving the station, whether you get on or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just to give a little backstory, kind of tell your growth with BabyDragonX, where it started, what happened, and kind of where you see it going in the future before we get into Scale.
Okay, yeah, because we may have new viewers. Although I've been on your channel as a community chatter, people may not know me. So I'm James, fully doxxed, originally from America, born and raised in Pennsylvania, came over to Singapore in 2009, and I've been over here in Southeast Asia for years, just years and years and years. I caught the crypto bug in 2017. I got some crypto kitties in 2018. And then I really got into Web3 in 2021. That was when, I built a play to earn guild, and then things just grew from there. Then I got a Web3 job. And then now I am the CEO of a DeFi protocol. But BabyDragonX is more than a sideline. It is more than a part-time job. We have a handful of full-time people. Right? We got people from Philippines. We got a couple of people from Africa. We got a part-time person from Ukraine. It's a business. It's a business, and we are here for the community. We are here to build valuable things. I joined. So here's the thing. I first saw Jake on Crypto Kindness channel. I've been on Crypto Kindness channel back for BabyDragonX a long time ago. I like that guy. He's incredible. I saw this guy, Jake, Crypto Bra, and Crypto Bra is, the guy with the afro. And they were talking about Zen, and then there's this guy, Jake. I had no idea who Jake is. This was months before TitanX launched. And then I was over in Pulse Chain, was doing my thing, did a little DeFi. And then I saw Crypto Kindness interviewing Jake again. And I'm like, all right, Crypto Kindness does not interview people twice unless there's something over here. So I looked at it, and it was day 33. Well, it was probably day 32. I joined on day 33, December 3rd. Things were fantastic then, right? You could stake, you could mine, you could do those things. And I thought, I'm just going to make a little money staking and mining. I was looking for other things to do. I wasn't looking to build a protocol, although I was kind of a bit of a dream. After 45 days, things started to slow down a little bit, right? The miners were not making the 600% or the 800%. They were making like 100%, 120%. The staking changed. DragonX came in. They revamped things. There were staking pool, adjustments because of their pieces. And I thought, build on TitanX. Can I do that? Maybe I can do that. Someone reached out to me. He wanted to build a meme coin. I'm like, whatever. You could build a meme coin anywhere. But what we did is we reached out to Eric at DragonX. He gave us some fantastic mentoring. This is good Lord, this is January. Like, he had just launched DragonX. And he said, you guys will be the first to build on DragonX. And I said, we may not know how to do that. He said, don't worry. I've got devs. We can take you through it. Instead of doing like this really simple meme coin, why don't you do like a minting structure? And we're like, you're doing a 12-week. That's too long. So then we talked 30 days. I said, no, that's too long too. 14 days. There you go. So the story is that someone came to me with a meme coin idea, and we took it to Eric. And Eric, like one of those sculptors, like he shaved off the rough edges, and he said, here's what you could do. Like, we could be the older brother dragon. You could be the baby dragon. We're like, baby dragon. All right, baby dragon. So we took it like that. We did a couple images. We let the community decide. The baby dragon that you can see, here we go, on this side, that's a community selected image.
That's the one I voted for, by the way.
Did you vote for that one? Yeah,
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, we had 10 of them, and then we reduced it to 4. And this one, this one came out on top. And personally, it's one of my favorites. I mean, it just embodies what I think about a cute little dragon will be. If I had a little dragon pet, that would be the dragon. So that's the story. We launched. So we launched right after my good friend, the dude at Helios. I was a moderator for his chat, and Gwei had just gone from 50 to 180. That's not the thing you want when you're launching. So Helios, of course, there's the gas. We launched 3 days later. We had no choice. Like, I'm not going to wait for gas to go down. Forget that. So we launched. You could mint BabyDragonX for 1 TitanX. One. And so it didn't matter if you minted 100 million or 1 billion or 5 billion. The gas was anywhere from $40 to $90. Now, for a brand new protocol, things are not jamming on TitanX. People are like, $90 for gas. I don't know. So what did we do? We took all of the marketing budget. We took all of the expenses budget. We took all of that, and we said, we're going to do a gas promotion. You mint for free, whether you've already minted or whether you're going to mint in the future. From this 14 days, ping me, jump into this special telegram, ping me your wallet. I'll send you the gas. Done. We did it. So we did all that. So we paid for the audits, right, out of basically my own pocket, because we had no gains from the mint, actually. We paid everyone for gas. One person minted a few billion, and he said, I don't need the gas. I'm like, okay. There's only one person that said, no, thank you. I appreciate it. Don't send me the $70. Just keep it. I was like, he's the only one, he or she. Everyone else wanted the gas. So we did that. We're willing to do anything we could to make the protocol successful. We had probably less than 55, 60 people join. Decent, it's the start. It's the first one. And we stayed at the $47,000 market cap. I think we were a little lower than that at launch, but we stayed at 47K market cap, Smooth. 47K. We stayed there for months. The most common question in the Telegram was, why are you not on Deck Screener? We are on Deck Screener, but if no one trades for 24 hours, you don't show up. Well, sometimes people didn't trade for a week. So we'd say, all right, hit the link, and then you can see. And then something magic happened, Smooth. Something magic happened. Eric decided to go on a stream with Mike Dean, a 4-hour stream. Before that stream, Eric was saying some of the very interesting things. He was saying, great things are coming. You don't have enough DragonX. And I was like, all right. So I built on DragonX. I feel like I do have enough. I got a little bit. But then he went on the stream, and I stayed on there for 2 hours and watched and listened and commented. And after that stream, BabyDragonX went from 47K to 150K. Then we went to 300K. Then we went to 500K and 1 million and 1.5 million. DragonX, on the other hand, it's doing its like 12 and 15X. BabyDragonX, because of the leverage, because of the bonded liquidity that Eric taught me, we did 77X. We went from 47K to 3.6 million. A lot of people took profits. I sold very little because, well, first of all, I sold a little bit to pay for the audits because it was out of my own pocket. Yep. But other than that, I did not sell. I've DCA'd in since then. And we actually, here's another funny thing. Just one more quick story. Everyone knows the dude, right? How many times have you interviewed the dude, Smooth? Has it been like 2, 3?
2 or 3, yep.
Yeah. So, I've seen you on the streams with him. So what's the dude? What are his numbers? 420, 69. So I'm an advisor for Helios, right? I do a little bit of informal advising. I'm on their Dow Council. I was on the call with dude, and we had $4.2 million market cap just for a couple of minutes. I was like, hey, dude, it's 420. He's like, what? I said, dude, it's 420. It's BabyDragonX is 4.2 million. I don't know how much you have, but 4.2. And then it went down. Then it went down into the 3s. Then it went down to like 1.8s. So we're hovering around, 2.8 to 3.2 million right now. I don't believe in that, like finding the bottom, like the technical analysis stuff. I can't speak to that. The verse, he knows that. Crypto Audio King knows that. I think you know a bit of that. I don't know these things. What I do know is that people believe in bonded liquidity, and there are a lot of people that believe in DragonX. There's a lot of people with Dragon NFTs, and the little baby brother, BabyDragonX, is coming out with a new protocol. So that's why I'm here today. So thank you for allowing that bit of an intro, and let's go from there.
Yeah, I think it's really important people hear that, especially knowing kind of where you've been, what your role in the community has been thus far, and kind of what you're building, because I think scale is going to be a pretty interesting, add-in to the current marketplace in TitanX. And it's a pretty interesting project. I'm going to act like I don't know anything, right? I just want the people viewing to hear about it and just kind of get as much knowledge as they can. So if we go through the white paper, you get bullet points, whatever the case may be. I think it's just super, super cool. And to hear like how BabyDragonX came to be and grown. And now it's more of like a teenage dragon. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion,
it's
right?
grown up a little bit. It's grown up a little bit. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So I'll pull up the white paper.
All right.
And we can start going.
You want to pull it up? Yeah, fantastic. Right, I was told by our video editor. So here's something Smooth. You may know this better than me because I'd say you're an expert streamer. He said if he can make us on the left-hand side a little bit bigger, like maybe put the white paper a little smaller, maybe just stretch us out a little bit, he can make very good clips. Can I keep us on the left, but make us a little bigger? If you can't do it, it's probably fine. No issue. But he's been making a lot of clips. He made clips with all the streamers so far. He's made like 100 plus clips, and we're sharing them out. It's not all about just ScaleX, or scale. It's all about TitanX. It's all about all the founders, all of us working together. So yeah, it looks good. It looks good from here.
Cool.
All right. So the scale white paper. Welcome to the second protocol on BabyDragonX. The first one was a bit of an experiment. We were just trying something out that Jake talked about. We're trying something out that Eric talked about. This can work. These guys know what they're doing, right? They know tokenomics, they know liquidity, they know these things. We were an experiment. We are no longer an experiment. We have had some success, and now we created scale for two purposes. And these are not in any particular order. The first purpose is to really boost BDX holders. If you are a BabyDragonX token holder, the buy and burn is going to be massively increased. It's already fairly high. It's already in the 20, 30,000 mark, but we want that to be many, many X's from there, 50, 100, who knows what the top can be, because we feel that the buy and burn is very powerful. As Eric likes to describe it, if I've got his words right, it's a benevolent whale that never sells, right? It buys it, but it burns it, so it can't sell. So let's move on to the next section there. Next section is launch. So, from launch, we have recently announced the launch. By the way, if you haven't checked out the white paper in a while, go hit it. We've just done some edits to it. There will be one or two more edits because we want to make the language more easy to understand. We've had some feedback on it. The launch is going to be on 5th November. Now, we just decided that over the weekend when we were on stream with Jake. Because, with Jake is all about the numerology, right? Yep. He's all about the numerology. And we asked him, what's a good day? November 1st, November 2nd, November 3rd. And we didn't want to be too close to November 8th because there's another protocol launching. We didn't want to be too close. So Jake said, well, best one is probably November 5th. So we are launching on November 5th. We will advertise the time UTC, and we're going to do a live launch. There's no rush to get in. Don't worry. Don't be rushing to mint. Make sure you get in with the gases right, based on Ethereum network. So we're going to launch on October 5th. On November 5th. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a 14-day fair launch. The difference is we are now going to give a minting bonus. So if you hold some BabyDragonX, if you hold DragonX, if you hold DragonX in a hybrid NFT, you're going to get a minting bonus, which we got a chart in here a little bit later. We're going to do the snapshot between the 28th, so over in Asia, I think it's the 29th already. That's almost the 29th. So basically today through November 2nd. Second or third will be October 28th through November 5th at a random time. It will only be known to two people. We're not even the team is going to know. They will not know when it happens. So we're going to do a snapshot, and based on that snapshot, you will get a minting bonus. On our DApp, before launch, you'll be able to put your address in, and you'll see your minting bonus. What are you getting? 1.5% more, 5% more, et cetera, et cetera. And you won't have to connect your wallet. So that's kind of an overview. If you minted BabyDragonX in the beginning, you saw how easy it was. You put your TitanX in the background, we turned your TitanX into DragonX. Then we took the DragonX and turned it into BabyDragonX, and you got it in your wallet immediately. This time, you can take your TitanX or your Ethereum, and you can mint with it. Either one you want to do. And you will get your scale in your wallet also right away. So that's basically the minting process. Anything you want clarified there? Like any questions in the chat so far, Smooth?
Not so far, no. I'm gonna add. Dude just popped in here, so I'm gonna add him to.
Good. I invited him like an hour ago, and I never know what time zone my friend Dude is in, but he's one of the most genius people I know. When I first met Dude, I knew that he was like a real crypto blockchain guy. So I had a lot of questions for him. I'm glad he never charged me for the questions because I'd probably be broke by now.
I still have a lot of questions.
I still have a lot of questions. I mean, we wanted to be a DAO. BabyDragonX wanted to be a DAO, and I didn't know much about that. And you said go to snapshot.org, read the documents. Don't ask me any dumb questions. Go read the documents, and I did. And then we created our first DAO. And I'm privileged to be on the Dow Council for Helios. I've been there since basically day one. I've learned even more since then. So thank you, dude, for number one. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being a great supporter, a great partner, a great advisor.
Yeah. No, feelings are mutual. I've really enjoyed working with you. Yeah, I'm happy to help with scale and all the stuff that you're working on. Like this is a collaboration. We're helping each other out, so no problems. I do like to give you a hard time when I can.
You really do. It's all, what, I probably deserve it too. Did you get a haircut? I mean, usually the hair is longer. Is it tied back or?
Yeah.
All right. No, very good.
Sometimes it's too much to deal with. You just pull it back and call it a day.
The samurai bun.
Yeah.
The samurai bun. Over the anniversary Titan X streams, the big topic was beards. People were talking about beards. I'll never be able to grow a beard. It's impossible for my family line. We can't grow beards, and we don't have too much hair on the top either. So, anyways, very glad to have you here, dude. Please feel free to jump in anytime. You are very good at clarifying things. I enjoy your streams, dude, because you break things down. So, you're welcome to participate and ask, suggest questions, answers, anything like that, because we appreciate your advisory too.
Cool.
So we've already kind of run through the minting section there. Down here, right now here, we've already talked a little bit about the incentivization. So if you hold BabyDragonX, if you hold DragonX in your wallet, if you hold a hybrid NFT, we will check how much DragonX is in that NFT, and you will qualify for minting bonus. We're going to do an additive. Like additive bonus means your BabyDragonX can be 1%, your total DragonX can be another percentage. We're going to add them together, and then that's how much your minting bonus will be. Now we've had we've had mixed feedback from this. We've had some people say, "I love it." You're the first one. We've had a couple of people say, "I don't like it." You know what? That's okay. This is a democratized system. Participate where you want to. But I'll tell you what we have seen. What we have seen is we have seen more wallets, like 10%, 15% wallet increase over the past 3 weeks. We saw a $20,000. I just tweeted this a few minutes ago. Hexatitan Pulsican is one of our OGs in the community. He tweeted something. Someone bought $20,000 of BabyDragonX. It cost a little less than 800 million DragonX. I literally just replied to the tweet over on my way back from dinner. Back when the market cap was 47K. Now I don't have the tweet in front of me, but back when the market cap was 47K, you could get 1 billion BabyDragonX for $391. Back then the supply was around 120, 125 billion. We've burned more since then. Just think about that for a minute. Today or last 24 hours, someone paid $20,000 worth of DragonX. They got 790 million BabyDragonX. The numbers are there. People are believing. So interesting things. Do your own research. Check out the white paper. Decide if this is for you. And, I'm happy to be here on this stream. We are going to adjust this little diagram down here. We're going to make it a little bit more visual. Dude in Element 280 and Helios has done some really fantastic diagrams. We're going to try to make this a little bit more clear. So basically, if you own a certain percentage of the DragonX supply or the BabyDragonX supply, you'll qualify for a minting bonus. If you are a Poseidon, it's very, very high. There's only like one Poseidon that's not an LP in BabyDragonX. Maybe there's one or two Poseidons in DragonX. So those are the very, very, very highest ones, right? Or if you're a whale or if you're a shark, whatever your percentage is in BabyDragonX and DragonX, they will be added together. And when you mint, you will see that you will get a minting bonus. So we're gonna upgrade this to be a little bit more visual, like I said. One of the team members who's really good at this stuff is you'll see a change on this page.
Awesome. Yeah. And one thing I want to add to this is the people who, because you've had both ways, right? People like it, people don't like it. But what I will say is these guys could have made this way more overpowering. They are only putting a 5% mint bonus on it, right?
Yeah.
They could have easily done a 50% mint bonus or a 25% mint bonus or something. I think between 1.5 and 5% is a fair mint bonus, and especially since this is a grown on BabyDragonX and DragonX ecosystem. So it should benefit people who have believed from the beginning or before it comes out. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Real quick, I'm looking on Etherscan. It doesn't look like there's any Poseidons in DragonX.
Oh, there aren't. Oh, wait, really? There's no Poseidons. I thought there was one. So, yeah, okay. So there's none. All right. Well, nobody's getting 5% over there. I know there's some whales.
So it's only up to 4%, I guess. So
only up to 4%. Only 4%. I'll
Right.
tell you, if you're a whale in DragonX, I mean, that protocol is out of control. It's literally out of control. Can I tell a quick story? May I just tell a quick one?
Do your thing.
So when we started, when we wrote the white paper for BabyDragonX, we heard the dude talking about things called treasuries. I didn't know what he was talking about. So I reached out. I said, dude, what are these treasuries? He said, oh, we're going to do this. There'll be investment treasury. There'll be DAO run. We're going to reach outside the ecosystem. So everything's not only Titan X. I said, all right, we may do it a little differently. We created a grant wallet and a future rewards wallet. So after BabyDragonX hit its, medium-sized high, like the 3.6 million, you know what we started to do? We did single-sided liquidity. So we had $40,000 of BabyDragonX in the grant wallet. 40,000 is a decent amount. I must have done 30 or 40 single-sided LPs. Dude, I probably called dude, messaged dude like 30 times. Did I do this LP right? It's single-sided. Did I screw it up? We turned BDX into mostly DragonX with not affecting the chart. 250 million, 500 million at a time. We never sold into the chart. It was all single-sided liquidity. With all 40,000, it turned into $95,000 in like 3 weeks. It was not because I'm a genius. It's because we just happened to find that BabyDragonX was on its way up. Since then, we've diversified a little bit. I got some USDC in there. I've got some ETH in there. Still have a sizable portion of DragonX, though. So we turned that 40,000 into about 95,000. It did hit 100,000 at one time. That gave us so much flexibility to get the best dev, to get double auditing, and we're actually doing a PPV, pay per vulnerability. So we're looking for other, even though the audits have come up clean, I want more security. I want someone else to come in here, brand new. They're not going to do a full audit. They're a hired gun. I don't like to use the word gun, even though I'm American. They are a hired resource to come in. They can check out the code. It's public. Anybody can check it out. They can read the 2 audits. If they find a legitimate, vulnerability, then we will, number 1, pay them, and number 2, we will rectify the code. So we've got that work stream going also. Just wanted to let you know.
Awesome.
All right. I've taken a page out of the book of Element 280 because those guys over there, this guy right there,
pretty smart guys over there.
Yeah, they're the smart guys over there on 280. So BabyDragonX is a 1/3 owner of Element 280. And originally I was a 1/3 owner of Element 280, but I didn't want to own it. I didn't care how much it made. I wanted BabyDragonX to own it, really, because I thought it could do some fantastic things and we could just have a lot more money to do things with BabyDragonX. So we ran a DAO vote, and not only did BabyDragonX be a 1/3 owner, BabyDragonX did something like $10,000 of NFTs. We bought 7 rare amped NFTs, of which are on our Dragon's Hoard website. Some of the information's there, some of it's coming. So BabyDragonX owns that. That number keeps going up so very fast. It's catching up to our future rewards wallet. The future rewards wallet was like $120,000, $130,000. The grant wallet is down to like 45,000 right now. The Element 280 revenue wallet, which you'll see, I think it's $110,000 already, something like that. Wow. So, you know, there's a lot of funding available on BabyDragonX to kick into the buy and burn, to do protocol number 2, to do a collaboration. Yeah, there's funding. We have come a very long way from me being broke in crypto, you know, being able to build something, to having funding where we can have a DAO and make votes and do some very powerful things for BabyDragonX.
I love that.
So let me take you through it here. By the way, I've got a number wrong up there. So the total tax ranges is really 2.5% base to 7% base. I've messed that little incentive 0.3%. People don't actually pay that, so there's a slight change. However, let's forget the little detail there. Let's look at the first bullet point. 35. Sorry, for buys, sells, and transfer tax. The BDX buy and burn is going to be 0.5%. Very tiny slice is going to the marketing wallet at 0.25%. We're going to burn some scale every transaction, 0.25. And there's going to be an incentive also. But what's I think is most interesting, I think another token beat us to it. I think someone else in the TitanX ecosystem, they're doing some reflections as well. We are going to do reflections, maybe a little different than others. We're going to have a dial there. We're going to have an admin key where we can change the reflection from 1.5 to 3% or 4.5% or 6%. If you're holding scale, you are going to continue to be awarded scale because of the tax that's collected. This is sustainable. You know, we're not just pulling tokens out of the air. These tokens are going to be from actual tax that's collected.
Do you have any thoughts on like what the community is going to want to see? What they're going to? Do you have any opinions?
Yeah, I do. So if I could tell a story about Pulse Chain for just a moment. I like Pulse Chain, by the way. I'm not an expert in Pulse Chain by any means, but I was in Pulse Chain for a couple different protocols, and one of them did insane amounts of reflections. It was called Pulsar. Pulsar had up to 30% reflections. If you held Pulsar, you could get up to 30%. You had to claim it, but you know, in Pulsar it cost a penny. I saw Pulsar at 2 million market cap. I wrote it up to 18 million market cap. I collected a lot of reflections. I DCA'd up and I DCA'd back down. I made a lot of X's on Pulsar, and I always thought I'd like to create a protocol where people can decide about the reflections, because the team ran it from there. Like the team made the decisions. 30% is a lot. 30% is a very high number. We didn't want to make this one too crazy. And we had a discussion between the team. And we decided that 6% was a nice number. It wasn't too high. It wasn't 10%. It wasn't 20%. And we wanted to make it a minimum 1.5. I think people are going to want 6%, honestly, because the people who vote are the people who actually want the reflections. The people who don't vote, they're probably in it for a couple X's, or maybe they don't even understand maybe all the nuances. I think the most people are going to vote for 6%. I know I'm going to vote for 6%.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you're a long-term holder, you're not buying or selling the token. You're minting, which doesn't get you taxed, and then you just hold. And so, yeah, I think, that makes sense. Long-term holders are absolutely going to want that.
I think so. I mean, it could be wrong. You know, the DAO though makes it very apparent. It's transparent about what people want. And there's a lot more holders this time. Well, sorry. BabyDragonX has a lot more holders. We started like 55 or 60, and we're in the 420s, 430s, 440s, somewhere around there. It'll be interesting to see how many people mint scale. That's going to be extremely interesting. We have no idea. We've seen incredible numbers from Volt, from E280. all these protocols, the lobby protocols, Element 280, it's very difficult to like the easy button. I mean, you can call it the easy button. That's a very good tagline. It's very hard to tell how many people will want to participate in Scale, because DragonX is a portion of the TitanX community. BabyDragonX is a portion of the DragonX community with a couple extras. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Do we get 100 billion? Do we get 500 billion TitanX? Do we get 1 trillion? Do we get 2 trillion? Whatever the number is, we're going to be very happy with it. And this is built to amplify BDX value. If you mint Scale and don't hold BabyDragonX, you're probably doing it wrong. Now, not financial advice by any means, but if you're buying a token that is built to pump another token, you might want to consider your strategy. Talk to others, come in the Telegram, talk to what other people are doing, ask questions. No, not financial advice. By no means am I any type of expert, but we all have opinions.
Did you go over the LPs yet?
We didn't. We did not. So I can't see like the table of contents, which is fine. But I think that Smooth and Crypto is kind of running things, so he's probably gonna go through the LPs.
I'll wait on my comment.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say about the minting is I've been pretty much blown away this past couple weeks on how much adoption new projects are actually getting. I think people, no matter how scarce TitanX is going to be, they're throwing their TitanX around like crazy. So it's mind blowing, and I don't know where the cap is. I don't know when it's going to stop doing that, but the past couple of weeks it's been nuts. So I'm hoping it's nuts for Scale as well.
I'm hoping for crazy numbers also. So Dude has brought up a very good point. So Smooth and Crypto, maybe we go back to the minting allocation tab, because that's where the LPs are. I just took a look here. We may have skipped through that. Can you go back to the minting allocation section?
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. All right, let me make the screen a little bit bigger here. The LPs, I can always leave it to Dude. This is the main reason I invited him, is to make sure I don't forget anything. So the initial liquidity, we are going to, of the total mint, 35% is going to be split in the following ways, 35% of the following. So you can mint in either TitanX or Ethereum. If you mint in Ethereum, we will buy TitanX. So 35% of all this, first of all, is going to go to the Scale BabyDragonX LP. Then you can see the next numbers. We've got 10% Hydra Scale, 10% DragonX in Scale, 10% E280 in Scale, 10% of my good friend Dave, AwesomeX in Scale. And depending on the time frame, I don't know if Viper is going to be launched by that time, but if they do launch, we think that's got some powerful potential, and we're willing to make some slight adjustments. We're not locked in here. We want this to create value for the overall TitanX community. I am very open. We have a founders group. I'm open to discussions and these types of things if we need to change any of these numbers. And I'm going to add one more thing. What don't you see here? Where's the TitanX Scale, right? We're going to keep that outside of this. We are going to create a separate TitanX Scale, and we're going to do that outside of this protocol. We want the protocol to be specifically for the Dragon Kingdom. Have you heard of the Inferno Kingdom? You probably have. The Dragon Kingdom is kind of like over here. So we are keeping everything officially inside the protocol that's built in the Dragon Kingdom. We will, however, have a TitanX Scale LP. We don't know how big it's going to be. I'll talk to some of our tokenomics experts and advisors, and we'll create a separate one, outside of it. 8% dev fee. So, that's kind of standard there. 35% of all the TitanX or ETH is going to be converted to DragonX. We're going to buy DragonX in portions. If there's, during this 14-day launch, These could be some extremely large numbers, or they could be some reasonable numbers. We are going to buy DragonX and send it to the BDX buy and burn. So who knows what will happen to DragonX? I think if you do a lot of buying of a protocol, I mean, it seems like the numbers generally go, generally go up and to the right. We're going to buy with 35% of the collected Titan X or ETH. We're going to buy DragonX. We're going to keep buying it and buying it and buying it, and we're going to send it to the BDX buy and burn. Very tiny amount, 1% to the Genesis with no expectations. I originally wasn't going to have any Genesis, like zero. Like we don't need it. Like we've got some other funds, but I'm going to put 1% in there just in case, gas or something pops up. Maybe we use a little bit for PPV, something like that. 5% of all the Titan X will be going to the DragonX vault and the Helios vault for a total of 10%. 5% to two of my good friends. I finally got to meet Eric at an event just a couple weeks ago. Met him in person. Very, very tall guy. Very, very cool guy. Can't wait to meet dude. I don't know when I'm going back to America, but I'm not sure. So we are doing 5% to DragonX, 5% to the Helios. 11% is being allocated to start Hydra miners. Now, if you know me, if you know my personality, I don't like to wait. I like to jump on things. So what we did is we had a community vote, and we said, how about we get in Hydra on day one with some of our funds? Overwhelmingly, people chose 10,000. I think we had 0, 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000. I think all the votes except 2 were for $10,000. I'm glad I didn't go higher because people probably would have voted for that. So we started 13 Hydra miners. We did 15 days, we did 18, we did 20, 25, and 33. These are listed on the Dragon Horde page, by the way. We've got a couple we didn't even claim yet. $10,000 turned into almost $18,000 from all those. And we still have 2 more to claim that they're long-term ones. So everything I'm not saying we're Midas. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the Titan X community at this time is a pivotal stage. People are excited. People are participating. There's new money coming in. Good things are happening. So we did that. But 11% of the mint is from the Titan X and or ETH is going to start new Hydra miners. And we've got some admin keys on that. I can't wait for Mike Dean to grill me on the admin keys, because the admin keys will be how many miners, starts off at 4, and then how long are the miners. We will set the numbers, 15, 25, 35, 50. Sometimes we'll do DAO votes. Sometimes we'll be doing Telegram votes. This will be a community called function. To kick off a miner will be a community called function. So here it is. That's where it all is. And now, dude, I believe you probably have some questions, comments, suggestions.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out, like, you're doing a liquidity web, same as like E280, and that makes like the price of scale is going to follow all of the LPs that it's bonded with, all the tokens that it's bonded with. And what you guys have is an LP web that is just in the DragonX kingdom of like all of these tokens. So if you're bullish on DragonX or any of these tokens that are built on DragonX, scale is going to follow that price action. As these tokens go up and down in value, scale is going to capture that going up and down. And then also, again, through the taxes, pay the holders through these arbitrage plays. But the actual, like, I would say the value of this is going to be like that overall value of what all of these DragonX tokens built on DragonX, what like that price,
Am I losing signal here? Let me check if my VPN is on.
Nah, I think it's dude.
Oh, is it dude? Is it dude? All right. I wanted to check mine because I'm in all through Southeast Asia. We often have some issues.
All right, he's back. Yeah,
dude,
you glitched out
we
there.
lost you. We lost you during the last 20 seconds or so.
Oh, whoops. To sum it all up, this is concentrated liquidity on DragonX. You know, like if you're bullish on the DragonX ecosystem, then this could be a token for you, because it's the same thing with E280, where it's like you don't want to feel like you're missing out on any of these projects. This is the same concept with DragonX. If you're bullish on DragonX and you don't want to miss out on any projects that are built on top of it, you could hold this token, and it's a cap supply, deflationary with the burns, and captures all of the price movements of just the tokens within that ecosystem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be really awesome to see these LPs growing. I mean, we've already seen with E280 what that kind of does for the whole ecosystem at large, but this is going to be really cool, and I think this is going to be part of a trend that we see with the different various kingdoms growing in the future, right? Because if you want to be a part of a certain kingdom and the LPs associated with it, it's going to be a really good narrative to have going into the future, especially with the growth of this community.
Yeah, just for me though, like that, the reason why I did E280 is because I'm not huge on the kingdoms type of thing. You know, that's kind of, you know, we talk about we don't want tribalism, yet we're already kind of having a little bit of
Already
that.
we got tribes.
But it's fine, because in this scenario, like even if you're not in the DragonX tribe, like it's still supporting Titan-X, you know.
Right.
And so if you're in Inferno or HLX or whatever, like it's still supporting those guys indirectly. And this is more of a direct support in this style. So I still like it, but you know, like it's this is really for those DragonX maximalists, I would say, more than anything. And BabyDragonX obviously is, you know, this is supporting BabyDragonX, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I will add to that as well, like you said, I mean, like he has 5% going to DragonX Vault and 5% going to Helios Vault. So it's like every project has a burning of Titan-X no matter where you look. So it's like we can add fuel to these kingdoms, but at the end of the day, we are still supporting the ecosystem as a whole with burning Titan-X. And that's obviously the main goal of every project has been that. Obviously, you have your other goals with your projects, but the main goal that we're all reaching for is to boost Titan-X. And when Titan-X is boosted, we're all boosted. So,
yeah. And so this does both of those. You know, this does support, you know, like you said, all of Titan-X. It supports specifically HLX and DragonX with the treasuries and vaults, but then also supports all of the tokens built on DragonX. So, yeah, I like it. It's still, it's not a maximalist in DragonX, you know, but it is concentrated in that ecosystem, which what is BabyDragonX built on? They're built on DragonX. So it makes sense for them to be a heavy supporter of that ecosystem, because that's the lifeblood of, you know, their project, you know, being built on top of it.
As I like to say, it's done well for us so far. Right? You know, we haven't gone wrong yet following bonded liquidity with DragonX. It's gone very well. The ratios have changed, but the market cap is still strong. And the volume, I've been looking for a website. Somebody told me that Dex Tools allows you to look at like trending of your volume. We've been over 100,000, 100,000 a day for quite a while. Maybe a couple 90,000 days, a couple 140,000 days. I think our highest day was literally 420,000 again. Our just before you joined, dude. Remember the stream? Not stream. Remember the advisory? I guess it was called advisory. You and I were on an advisory. I remember distinctly like it was yesterday. It was 11 a.m. my time. Don't know what time that was for you. And I said, dude, we just hit $4.2 million. 4.2. That's like 420. Now that was the max. Like it went up to there and then it dropped back down into the threes. That was insane. Like it felt like it was never going to stop. But people took their profits, and I applaud them for it. So
It was an amazing accomplishment. Absolutely. And I've had people like, I like to use BabyDragonX as that example because people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, you're not adding to the LP on E280. How is it going to be sustainable?" And I'm like, "Did you see what BabyDragonX did? Like, come
Yeah.
on, guys! Like, the bonded liquidity plays here. You guys are way undervaluing the like what that can do for us." And BabyDragonX going from 50K to $1 million in liquidity is like, what? That's proof right there that what we're doing, what Titan X ecosystem is doing, is amazing. So
1.2 million at the moment, 3.2 million market cap. Yeah, it blows my mind. Like when people reach out to me and they want advice, I say I can't give you advice. Like, I mean, I can tell you the story, I can tell you where we've been, but I'm stunned and I'm grateful for all these things. You know, if you want good advice, reach out to Eric. You know, get into the chats, go into these. You know, go in. You know what? Join Titans of LP. You know, that is a fantastic group. I joined that group when there was only like 30 or 40 people in there. Now there's 600. So there are some, you know, fantastic people in there. If you want to learn about LPs and making money, not just from buy a token and wait for X's, but if you've got a stack of tokens, make the money work for you. There's so many ways to play these things. So many ways to play these things. We can probably move on from here. I don't have a sense of the time, but I don't want to run over because I know, you know, viewers have a certain amount of attention that they've got.
Yeah, so we're at like 51 minutes. I think you know, probably cap it at like hour 30 or something like that. I think that's probably pretty
Okay.
solid.
All right. Well, those anniversaries were like 6 and 7 hours. I didn't sleep. The day 2 when I got to speak once or twice, I was up like 25 hours. I didn't want to be up that long, but just somehow that happened. So once the minting phase is completed, right? Then the fun begins. You know, of course, some people are just going to hold on to their scale. They're just going to keep getting their scale reflections, which we have optimized the scale reflections to be the minimum amount of gas possible, right? There's some interesting tokenomics there. You are welcome to jump into the scale topic under BabyDragonX because we've got the main BabyDragonX Telegram, and then we've got the scale topic. Stop in there, ask any question you want. We have no secrets. We have no secrets. So let's get down here. Like after minting stops, what happens next? Is the fun over? Is the party over? No, party's not over. So once the minting phase is completed, then the funds will be created, allocated for BDX buy and burn. 30% of that minting will go for new Hydra miners. 30% will be going, basically it's to the buy and burn. I think we need to change that wording because you don't send Hydra to the BDX buy and burn. That's actually DragonX. We're going to start a handful of new miners, the Hydra miners. 30% of that is going to be, of the Hydra minting, will be sent to the BDX buy and burn afterwards. Then the scale reserve. This is kind of like the open area. The reason we want a large amount of opportunity and open 40%, number one, we're a DAO. James does not decide to put $20,000 into protocol 1, 2, or 3. For scale, we are going to take DAO votes. So if you hold scale, you'll be able to make your votes and decide, what do we do? Do we go into Titan Farms? Do we buy some 280? What do we do? Do we create some LPs? Do we jump into one of these new protocols, whether Viper is out or not? There's so many protocols out there, I can't even remember them all. So there's going to be a substantial amount that we're going to be able to deploy in ways that will benefit scale and BabyDragonX. And you're going to be able to vote on it. So there you go. That's that piece.
Love it.
Any questions on that? Yeah.
I mean, just to recap, it's supporting the Hydra protocol, you know, which is built on DragonX, which is supporting, which supports BabyDragonX and scale. So there you go.
We've already made money. I mean, it's Hydra. Hydra is doing some things that I didn't even think it would do. Like, you know, some days it's up 10%, some days it's up 18, 20%, some days it's down 15, 30%, whatever. The token is not as the token price to me in Hydra is not as important as the value it brings to the ecosystem. That's my larger view. I'm thinking like a bigger game than just the token price, because we don't sell, well, during the minting scale, minting of scale and the afterwards, we're not going to be selling the Hydra. Currently, we have sold some Hydra. I would encourage you to take a look at this diagram. We've been through a couple iterations of this diagram. Everything in this diagram is just a culmination of what you've seen the previous 3 to 4 pages. You start by minting with Ethereum or Titanx. You got your choice. Borrowed a page out of Element 280's book for this. We want to make it easy. You don't have to choose. Or you do have to choose, but you don't have to convert if you don't happen to have enough. And it's a little bit small on my screen, so I can't read all these numbers, too small. You actually mint your scale. Then we've got, portions that go to the different LPs. Up there on the left-hand side, you can see the percentages. Like I said, we've already walked through those in a previous page. If we look up here to the left-hand side, this is how the reflections work. Anywhere from 1.5 to 6%. That's going to be an admin key, an admin dial that we can do. We can't go more than 6%. We can't go less than 1.5%. Those other smaller percentages are fixed. So small. 0.5 on the buy and burn, the 0.25 for marketing, 0.5% burning on scale. As you go down through, let's just go straight down to that pyramid. So down there in that pyramid, which I think we're missing a little bit on the bottom of my screen, that's about the Hydra miners. So we have a minimum of 4 Hydra miners that we're creating. These could be some very large Hydra miners, by the way, up to a maximum of 20 Hydra miners. That can be, we can turn an admin key on that one also. Someone in the community asked, what if you hit the maximum on a wallet? We love our community, by the way. There's some very smart people in the community. They may be devs, they may not be devs, but they look at edge cases. What if? So someone asked, what if you create 1,000 or whatever the maximum 2,000 miners in a wallet? So we told our dev, allow an admin key that we can switch to a new wallet. If we hit that number, we can switch to a new wallet. No brick protocol, no issues at all. So thank you, community, for suggesting that. The audits would have probably picked it up, but thank you for the community member for suggesting that. On the left there, we've got a kind of an abbreviated version of the different percentages, the mint percentages. It's a little small on my screen. I'm not going to read through them. Dude is really good at these numbers. I mean, dude knows as much about this protocol as me in some ways. So he's already looked at who's the big whales, who's Poseidon, who's the whales, in these types of things. So here he probably knows a couple of those numbers. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I can work with numbers all day, and then you put value behind those numbers, and now I'm like in heaven. Like, this is all I want to do all the time. But yeah, you can look at this as just like a cheat sheet. That kind of is an overview of the entire protocol. It's showing the LPs, it's showing the tax system and the breakdown on that, all the minting allocations, the mint bonus, the Hydra miners, and a little overview of the purpose of the scale token. So I think, this is not and what do you call it? It doesn't replace reading the white paper, but you can kind of start here and get a high level overview. And then when you see this, then you can dive into the white paper and get into the details of each section.
Yeah. And what I will add is, the diagram is really great for people that can't comprehend stuff reading white papers, and the diagram will just kind of show you the flow of everything. And it's really important that projects have these diagrams, especially for people who are more of a visual learner.
You basically took my next couple sentences there, Smith and Crypto. I was literally, one of the streams I was on, I literally said the exact, I think it was with Crypto Awesome. I think I literally said the same thing. Yeah, you are right. Some people are visual learners or understanders. Some people like to read. So yeah, very, very, very well done. Very well done.
Awesome.
And if you have suggestions, in the community, drop your suggestions. If something is not clear, please ask. Please ask. We're, no major changes will be made to the protocol. We are going to launch on November 5th. We are going to have, we are working on hiring a PPV, a pay per vulnerability expert nominated by, I won't say who nominated this person, but this person is a very well-known person in TitanX. And I said, you know what? No more audits that take another week or two. The audits are clean. Everything's fine. But I want another. So I used to be a coder myself. I was coding in the COBOL days, COBOL, Fortran, and Pascal. I did a little bit of Perl 25 years ago, 25. But I'm not a Solidity coder, right? I don't know how to debug smart contracts, and these are very sophisticated contracts. These are not just your simple token contracts. These are the reflections, especially using smart contracts to kick off other smart contracts with Hydra. There's a lot going on here, but that's why we ran minimum 2 audits. And like I said, we came out clean. The audits are public. The code is public. And we are working with a paper vulnerability individual. So
to be clear, they don't get paid. They don't get paid unless they find a vulnerability, right? So they're going to be working hard going through the code to try to get paid.
Yeah. And
can we please find a vulnerability?
I mean, I hope they do. Like,
Yep.
Here's the thing, because I don't have an ego. There's different kinds of people in the world. Some people have egos and say their code is flawless. I don't have that kind of ego. I want people to find flaws, because if they find a flaw, that means there was a flaw, right? And so I don't necessarily want them to find a flaw because there is one, but I want them to find it if there is one. Now that may be like a strange way to say it, but I don't want there to be anything hidden in here that's like, oh, here's a strange edge case if this kind of thing happened. Anyways, I could talk about that stuff for hours. So the ethos of the scale, the ethos of the scale. I said this at the beginning. We want scale to build value for BabyDragonX. I am a holder of BabyDragonX. We have 400 plus other holders of BabyDragonX. Some people hold $10 to $20 to $50, $800, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. We have all range of holders of scale. We want to make this easy, easy to understand. We don't want to make it, complicated. If you want to hold your scale, you can just get more scale, passive income. We want to do some additional things with the TitanX that comes in from the mint, of which we hope there is a lot. We want to kick off an amazing amount of Hydra miners. The more Hydra miners we kick off, the more powerful the Titan ecosystem becomes. So we are hoping for fantastic participation, not just for BDX holders, not just for scale holders, but also for individuals who are minting, creating miners in Hydra, people who are in E280 and they've got all those different LPs. We want this to be powerful for all of TitanX, not just the Dragon bloodline, the Dragon Kingdom. Dude brings up a good point. You don't want to have tribes, but you know what? Our tribes don't fight. Ali, in fact, if you watch the streams, watch the TitanX anniversary streams. It came out that Ali and I have the same birthday, November 18th. It's hilarious. So, how can I possibly fight with Inferno? We got the same birthday as one of those guys over there. So these kingdoms are not kingdoms that will ever be at war, right? These are kingdoms to empower the land. That's the ethos. Absolutely.
I love that. Just throw the conclusion up there and
sure. So we the snapshot for BabyDragonX. We, when did TitanX start? It's a day that I'll never forget. First of all, I wasn't there that day. October 28th of 2023. So our snapshot will be between October 28th, 2024, obviously this year, up till before scale launches. We've already announced something in a tweet. You can take a look at that tweet. We're going to take that snapshot. Like I said, only 2 people in the world are going to know about that snapshot. Our team will not even know. After the snapshot's done, still no one will know. What will pop up though before, so the DApp is already being created, right? We're going to show what the DApp looks like. You're going to be able to copy paste your address or anyone's address into the DApp. You don't have to connect your wallet. You're going to be able to paste your wallet into the DApp and see what your bidding bonus is. How much am I getting? Am I getting 1% more, 5% more, 8% more? So that's in conclusion. Yeah, we're hard at work. Our dev, we have kept that dev super busy. He's a great dev. He's been working on protocols for years and years and years. For me, this is my 4th job either I've commissioned or I've been part of with this dev. This dev is fantastic. He works very well with auditors. He fixes things in like hours, like not days, but he fixes things quickly when auditors point things out. He's great to work with, and I hope to work with him in the future for the next protocol. So we want, we want Scale Protocol to be a powerful deflationary mechanism. I probably won't create a token with inflationary. I think there's enough of that. I probably won't do a lobby token. I think there's enough of those for us. I will probably focus on things like NFTs with utility and tokens that do well for the Dragon Kingdom. That's probably what we will do. We'll probably stay, I don't want to say we'll stay within the playground or anything like that, but I think we understand it a little bit, fairly well. So we'll probably stay in that area. I would love to find a protocol that would like to do some type of collaboration with dragons. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. We're talking to some people, and maybe something will be announced.
Yeah. I just want to. I don't know what you guys heard. I was going to reiterate something, and reiterating that my internet is trash right now.
Would you have your VPN on there, dude? Is VPN on, or did you turn it off?
Always.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just need to maybe change VPN servers.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that like tribalism is basically unavoidable. There's some level of it in every aspect of the world. It's not just in crypto. You've got your family or your friends or your city. Like there's levels of tribalism all over. The thing is just not be a maximalist in any of it. Be open. Like, yeah, you do want some level of it. You do want to support your own, but just not at the expense of others, and so I think there is a healthy level of tribalism. You just, it's just when in crypto it gets to those toxic levels, and that's where it's not healthy. So I think what James has got going on is a healthy level of tribalism while still supporting the whole ecosystem. And that's what really we need to keep in mind. Like I'm okay with these kingdoms. It's just we need to be careful about not getting too much of a maximalist in those sectors and still try to share the love for TitanX in general.
Yeah, i.e., Element 280. That's the big reason why Element 280 was made, for that reason specifically. And I think it's going to be just conjoining people into the future. So I think we're going to be building something, in the ethos we already set through with TitanX is really going to keep growing. And I think people that are building these projects are continuously having that. And, these streams that we're doing right now further nail that point in. And it's just going to continue to do that way. I mean, we saw so much camaraderie through this weekend in the year anniversary conference. And I think people know kind of what we're about. And if you're not a part of that, then you're kind of SOL, in my opinion. Yeah, going to get really no adoption at all, to be honest.
Yeah, if you try to come in, it just doesn't work. I mean, Jake started something and then attracted the right kind of founders, right? He got some experienced people. He got some people like Eric. He got some inexperienced people that believe in the ethos, like me. He got people like Dude, who've been in crypto for a long time, done a lot of different things. And Dude has got some fantastic ideas, probably more some things up his sleeve, right? No doubt, no doubt. You've always got
yeah.
things. You've even announced like some things you should do on.
Yeah, it's so funny. Sorry to cut you off, James. Every time the verse is on stream with the dude, he always
Yeah.
is trying to get this tidbit of
Right.
alpha, and it's just funny to see.
The verse is incredible. I remember streaming with him back. Literally, we were just like a couple weeks after BabyDragonX. I feel like he almost didn't want to get on the stream. Like, he's a really good guy. He's like, not much is happening with your protocol. There's not really, you can't really do any TA on a flat line. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. But we still did it. We still got on there. But now he has some very interesting things to say. I can't wait. And I don't have to be on with him. I am happy for the verse to do a little 5, 10, 20-minute thing on BabyDragonX. He's very good at this technical analysis. Do some TA on it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do the technical analysis. Get out there, give your analysis. What do you think? Where we've been, where we're going, where is DragonX going? How does it relate to E280? Do your analysis, do your comparisons. We welcome all of it. We really do.
I love that. Yeah. And, if you guys have anything else to say, I think this was an amazing live stream. We've had over 100 people in here. It's been awesome. I think people have a really good idea of what scale is and what you guys are trying to accomplish. So, dude, if you have anything to add before we sign off, feel free.
No, it's just reiterate the 5th. That's a week from tomorrow launching. Yeah. And I enjoy working with James. I think he's really trying to support the ecosystem, and I think he's proving himself to do that. And also, I guess is another question: is there still funds left? You have a grant wallet, right, for additional projects?
How much money do I have? Is that what you're asking? How much money do I have? How much money do we have? How much money do we have?
There's been a lot of interest in the community. There's a lot of people that want to support and start building and do these things, but they don't have the resources, whether it be developers or money. And I think BabyDragonX may have both of those. So
we do. I mean, what are they doing over there on Inferno, right? They got the launch pad. My friend Dave, Crypto Awesome, he used their launch. Good God, Element 280, like the 1/3 ownership in Element 280 has been the best decision I've ever made, other than launching the protocol itself. So, I'm not a greedy person, right? I'm not a greedy person. I could have just been a 1/3 owner and kept all this on the side. I didn't want it, no matter how much it cost, or no matter how much it made, because dude said, I feel like this is going to be a great one. And when he said that, I thought to myself, why not have BabyDragonX own 1/3 of it rather than me? If it's going to be so great, why not do that? Well, like I said, the Dragon Horde only has a very few things on it. It's got the marketing wallet, it's got the grant wallet, it's got the future rewards wallet. The Element 280 revenue wallet is currently sitting at $128,000, right? The BDX miners, what is this? The BDX miners protocol is at 57,000. That's just the original, like those original Hydra miners and some Hydra in there. Of course, the marketing wallet, we spend that. We have to spend that. It's like $7,000. The grant wallet, we are at 48,000. So it looks like DragonX has gone up again. So the grant wallet's about 48,000. And then we got future rewards, which is on my Trezor. I'm just going to have to guess how much that is. It's probably 130, 140,000. So yes, this is a very long answer to a very short question. There are funds available. If you are of a like-minded individual, if you want to build in the DragonX kingdom, we'll have a conversation. Reach out to us, reach out to me. We'll have a conversation. I will probably have an advisor with me. It may be Eric from DragonX. It may be one of our other advisors, and we'll talk through what you want to do. It doesn't cost a lot of money to build a protocol and launch it. The main cost is the audits.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely greatly depends on the complexity of what's
Yeah.
being built, obviously.
Yeah.
So
yes, great point there. Thank you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing resource for a lot of these people, and it's another thing that supports BabyDragonX. If you've got someone that likes what you're doing and they have a great idea, you can support them, which supports you, and everything works out, amazing.
Okay, I was wrong. We have $200,000 in future rewards. So sorry. I don't look at it very often, but 7 billion in BabyDragonX. We haven't converted. We haven't done well. We did a tiny bit of single-sided liquidity over there. When, like I said, I just love to tell the story. We're not bragging. I'm telling a story.
Yep.
When Dude and I were on the call, I think he literally wanted to tell me to shut that H up. Like, stop talking about the money. At one time, the Future Rewards wallet had $340,000 in it at the 4.2 million. I'm like, dude, what do we do? I don't. He said, just relax, just to relax. So he talked me off the ledge, and so anyways, there are plenty of funds available. We are happy to support you if you love the DragonX community. If you love DragonX, if you like what we're doing in BabyDragonX, if you're coming in to participate with Scale, if you got your own ideas, come on in, talk to us.
Yeah,
we're happy.
Yeah, and everything BabyDragonX does directly supports DragonX because that's what your main LP is. So that's the incentives are 100% aligned there. TEDx, shout out to TEDx. He's got a question. Snapshot. We need qualifying tokens in the same wallet. Yes. Yeah. So whatever you're minting with, you need those tokens in that same wallet.
Yeah. Can I add to that? So let's say that you have a BabyDragonX wallet and you have a DragonX with NFTs and other wallets. So maybe your BabyDragonX qualifies at 3%, and your second wallet is your DragonX or your NFTs, and that's 1.5%. So you'd have to mint two different wallets for Scale to get the full amount. That I just want to clarify that. So some people do that. I personally have one DApp per one wallet per DApp. I have a wallet for Element 280. I have an element for all of them, personally and for BabyDragonX. We don't mix. We do not mix because if anything would happen to go wrong, any type of exploit, we only want one wallet to be affected. And there hasn't been any so far, but we like to really mitigate any possible risks. Thanks for asking that 10X, Ted. You do a fantastic job, partnering there with Mike Dean. Shout out to Mike Dean. My goodness, I can't say enough good about Mike Dean. Him and Plan A on those weekly TitanX spaces. They are the true OGs. They are really, they bring the community together. They ensure that everyone has a voice. Every founder gets their 1 to 2 minutes. Every community member gets to ask their questions, make their comments.
Awesome. Yeah, it's what they've been doing, and the amount of kind of wrong Ted. This is TEDx, not 10X, but either way.
Oh, just TEDx. Oh, sorry about that. All right.
It's all good. Yeah. So it's going to be, interesting to see kind of where Scale goes and how it builds out the DragonX kingdom and BabyDragonX kingdom and stuff like that. And, there's a lot of great things that it does for TitanX as a whole. So I'm really honored to, have you guys on the channel and discuss this a lot. And I can't wait to, after the release of it, we talk about the stats and do all that like we're going to be doing with E280 tomorrow. So it's going to be really cool to see. And James, you're always welcome on the channel, man.
Thank you very, very much for that. We are going to up our game on our stats page as well. Our dev has studied the TitanX and the Element 280 and the DragonX and just all of them. He's studied all those pie charts, and Jake dropped some code in one of those chats. So we've passed all that on to the dev. So we're gonna have some pie charts too. We're gonna have some pie charts on stats. How much are we burning? BabyDragonX, how is scale doing? How is Hydra going? Whether it's the treasure, or whether it's the dragon horde, or whether it's actually pie charts, whatever you like. You're going to be able to see two different visuals there. So
yeah. That's all you need for Jake's backing is burn some Titan-X, check, and pie charts. Check.
Yeah, really. He's a simple guy to please because I can't get a beard. I can't. There's no beard.
Yeah, that's a reason why my name's Smooth and Crypto. You know what I mean?
Mine's like more of a goatee. Like I don't really grow much of the beard on the side there. It's just a little scraggly, but I do what I can. I try.
It's respectable. You've got a respectable, facial hair thing going on. Beard. Yeah, you've got it going on. We just don't do that. My family, I've heard that hair is genetic. From your mother's side. Your maternal grandfather is probably your hair and your facial hair and your head hair. And I look exactly like my grandfather at this age, like exactly. And he couldn't grow a beard either. So
I love it. Yeah. So this has been an amazing conversation and walkthrough of the white paper for scale. Dude, James, I appreciate you so much for coming on the channel. Seriously.
Thanks for having us. Thank you very much. I mean, you put a lot of time into the Smooth and Crypto. At the beginning, I was watching you every day. You were streaming like literally every day. And as you've come back, I have started to jump into all your streams also, or watching the replays. You're incredible for what you do, Smooth and Crypto. The way you break things down, the way you ask questions. You really ask the questions I think that the average person wants to know. So I think you do a great job with that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. I appreciate everything you do for the community. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's in the beginning I was doing daily uploads and stuff like that, and at the time where we were, I was getting a lot of comments and hate and this and that. Got busy with life, but overall I'm happier than ever to where we're at right now, and I'm back at it, and I'm kind of using the momentum of the 1 year anniversary to just continuously push out content and really kind of grow and just get as much information as we can out to the people who are interested in receiving it.
It's a really good way to do it. Yeah. LFG. Stop over. I got to tell a quick story. So the BabyDragonX Twitter or X account, I feel like we're cursed. I feel like we're cursed. The first one we had, we lost access to. That happens. We probably only had 600 or 700 followers, but we lost access to the email and all that stuff. The second one that we had, we were really gaining traction. We really were getting traction. Had multiple thousand, probably over 5,000 followers. We got flagged. We were doing too much. We've got somebody in North America. We have 2 people in Africa. We have a person in Ukraine. We have 2 people here in Southeast Asia. And all of us were tweeting. Not all the time, but all of us were tweeting. And then one day we got cut off. Your account has been suspended. And I thought, it'll come back. It didn't come back. It was literally a week after I had just gotten premium. I had just paid for like 6 months of premium or something. And we got suspended. I was sure that we were going to be unsuspended. And we did not get unsuspended. So we are on our 3rd X, and we are being very, very careful. We're only tweeting 3 to 4 times a day. We're only replying a little bit and doing a couple likes. So it looks like it's very small. Please stop in, support us. Come on in as organic followers to keep up on the story, and watch yourself. Be careful. Don't try to get too crazy out there on X, because don't look like a bot. Be a human. Keep it reasonable. You don't want to build up a great following and then have it suspended or anything like that, because we've been through it, and I'd like you to learn from our mistakes. So there you go.
Awesome. Yeah. So this has been an amazing stream. I'm just floored with how it kind of turned out, and thank you, dude, for getting up super early and joining us. I know it's pretty early from where you are, and James across the world. Appreciate you for coming. This was an amazing stream.
Yeah, appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Take care. See ya. Come on out November 5th. Come on out to the party. We're gonna live stream, by the way. There's gonna be, because a lot of the founders are live streaming, there's some very brave souls out there. They're live streaming and then they go back and do some stuff with the dev, and then you get a couple founders or friends out on the front there. We're gonna do the same thing. So November 5th, live stream. We'll announce the time pretty soon. So we invite you to come on in and participate in the party. It's going to be a great one. Thank you.
I love it. This has been another stream with Smooth and Crypto. I'm your host, Maxwell Smooth, and we're out of here. Peace.
Cheers.